again!
It's over!
He's done it again! Unbelievable!
Oh, straight into the roof of the net.
Nice one.
Straight down the middle. So a good...
Hi, welcome to Firstpost. I'm Rupha Ramani. Let's get the show started. On the show today, the sporting world has also felt the tremors of the cruel terror attack that Pahalgam was victim to just days earlier, and I'll bring you various aspects of that in the course of the show today. First up, Indian and Pakistan cricketers unite in their grief and condemn the Pahalgam attack on civilians. But one Pakistan cricketer is getting massively trolled for questioning Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's silence in the matter. Just when sports was taking its first major steps in Kashmir, this attack has jolted everybody and is now threatening to snuff out the little sporting growth that Kashmir had managed to establish. What next for them and sports? And the one true bromance across borders when it comes to sporting ties between India and Pakistan has come down to Ashraf Nadeem and Neeraj Chopra, and that is hanging by the balance. India's strict responses post this attack could harm this growing friendship, especially when Nadeem refused to attend the javelin event conducted by Neeraj Chopra in Bengaluru, India next month. More heading your way, but first a look at the headlines on Sports 360. Starting with cricket and the Indian Premier League, Mumbai beat Hyderabad by 7 wickets. Bowling first, Trent Bolt picked 4 as Mumbai restricted Hyderabad to 143. While batting, Rohit Sharma steered Mumbai's run chase with his 70-run knock, scoring back-to-back 50s for the first time in the IPL since 2016. Ishan Kishan's dismissal was controversial talking point in the game. The batter faced criticism for walking off after seemingly edging the ball, but replays showed otherwise. In football, Arsenal's Premier League title hopes are all but over. Despite the Gunners leading 2-1 in the first half against Crystal Palace, the match ended in a 2-all draw. With this, they are now 12 points behind table toppers Liverpool with 4 games remaining. Liverpool just need 1 point to win the league. In La Liga, Real Madrid registered a crucial 1-0 win over Getafe to keep the pressure over table toppers Barcelona in the title race. A 21-minute goal from Arda Güler has kept Real Madrid in the hunt. They trail Barcelona by 4 points with 5 matches to go. In tennis, Emma Raducanu opened her Madrid Open campaign with a 7-6, 6-4 win over Susan Lamanis to enter second round. This was Raducanu's first clay court match of the season. The British star took a break after her Miami Open campaign, where she reached the quarterfinals. She will next face Marta Kostyuk. And summing it up with news from chess, India's highest-ranked women's player, Koneru Hampi, finished joint first at the Pune Grand Prix. With this, Hampi has now moved to second spot in the Grand Prix series behind Alexandra Goryachkina. If Hampi maintains this second position in the last round, she will qualify for the candidates event, a tournament that decides the World Championship challenger. This is still a sports show, but the terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir's Pahalgam has rocked the entire globe. The cowardly act took the life of at least 26 civilians and injured several others. And understandably, many voices in the sporting world have also reacted. The notable ones who've chimed in together to condemn this act of violence have been India and Pakistan cricketers. Everyone clearly in shock over what happened in the beautiful valley of Kashmir. India and Pakistan may never play cricket matches against each other in these two countries ever again. but they at least stand united in their grief. One Pakistan cricketer, though, has gone a step further. Danish Kaneria has expressed his heartfelt anguish at the incident, but has also gone ahead to question his own country's involvement in this crime. The cricketer, who is known to be unabashed when speaking his mind on such matters, slammed Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and accused him of sheltering terrorists. The reason behind Kaneria's anger is because while the other world leaders have been prompt in either extending their sympathies towards India or showing their support to the country in our fight to end terrorism, the neighbours, Pakistan, have remained rather eerily quiet, especially Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, and instead of giving an appropriate reaction, the country seems to be busy suiting up. Pakistani military activities have only intensified near the border. They issued a notification to do missile tests from its Karachi coast and have reportedly placed key units on high alert, expecting a strong retaliation of some sort from India, which is why Kaneria questioning his own country's Prime Minister might just stand true. If Pakistan wasn't involved, they should have looked to address the matter first instead of readying their troops. And while Danish Kaneria was asking the obvious question here, he was called out, criticised, and became the target of trolls online. This is not the first time Danish Kaneria has faced the brunt of Pakistani fans for taking a bold stance in the past. And although the spinner doesn't live in Pakistan anymore, he's moved his base to the United Kingdom. He's not missed an opportunity of pulling up Pakistan, particularly regarding the situation of minorities in the country. The cricketer represented Pakistan between 2000 and 2010 and was banned for life by the England Cricket Board after allegedly being involved in spot fixing. And while his cricket career came to an abrupt end post-2012, his feud with Pakistan and its cricket board has continued. Because during the whole spot-fixing saga, he was cornered by the country he had played international cricket for. Kaneria further went ahead and spoke about how there was a biased approach towards him given his Hindu allegiances, a statement that was even backed by his teammate back then, Shoaib Akhtar.
In my career, I fought with 2, 3 when they started talking on regionalism. Things like who is from Karachi, Punjab or Peshawar. That used to infuriate me. So what if someone is a Hindu? He's doing well for the team.
Akhtar too had received backlash for defending Kaneria back then, but maybe that has been the case with Pakistan. Whenever the right questions are asked, the pointed questions are asked, the country, the government, fans target their very own. There is an attempt to silence the voices that ask the tough questions, but true leadership resonates in addressing the tough questions and trying to tackle the uncomfortable situations, which Pakistan is currently failing to do, much like what their various sporting disciplines has been witnessing for years now. Zero accountability and zero answers. Not too long ago, the beautiful valleys of Kashmir were breathing a sigh of relief. After years of chaos, the paradise on earth was finally looking like one. Things had started to return to normalcy, tourism was back, and importantly, the valley was slowly proving its case as a potential sporting hub in the country. But with the terror attack in Pahalgam, will sports once again take a bit of a backseat in Kashmir? Ever since 1947, the partition, geopolitical tensions between India and Pakistan have never truly quietened down, and Kashmir has been caught in the crosshairs. Despite being part of India, the situation in the valley has been much different to what persists in the rest of the country. But in the past few years, things started attaining a state of normalcy. Tourism peaked, everyone got to witness the potential Kashmir has in every industry. But the brutal Pahalgam attack has brought the city to a standstill. And while a strong response from India is awaited, what remains uncertain is the state of sports in Kashmir. After years of sporting absence, the valley was gradually becoming a major centre for sporting events. Just like most parts of rest of India, cricket has still been the most popular sport in Kashmir. In fact, it is the birthplace of the famous Kashmiri willow. It has given the cricket world some iconic bats used by some of the most popular cricketers. And they haven't just been part of the willow to wicket journey, but have also produced some talents who have gone on to shine on the international stage. Abdul Samad, who shone in the IPL after his exploits with Hyderabad, hails from the valley. Umran Malik, the Seary pace sensation who also represented India. Parvez Rasool, who became the first Kashmiri player to represent India, a spinner. You can count sporting stars emerging from Kashmir on one hand. Of course, Sheetal Devi, the armless archer, brought more spotlight to the region, Jammu and Kashmir, but very few and far in between. Reason? Lack of facilities and infrastructure. One of the reasons why the Indian government increased the budget, especially to revive sports in Kashmir. In India's vision to develop sports here, Kashmir was included in a special sports package scheme aimed to help development of infrastructure here and the facilities in the region under the Khelo India scheme. The valley was allocated a budget of $2.1 million US, then a $17 million separate budget to build sporting infrastructure. We saw all of this materialize just recently with the Khelo Winter Games that were successfully organized in Gulmarg. Athletes from all over India came in to take part here. And it isn't just the traditional winter sports that made its way to Kashmir finally. The adrenaline and rush of racing sports also made its entry. Formula 4 racing demonstration was organized in Srinagar. The race, held against the backdrop of the world-renowned Dal Lake, was picturesque, to say the least. Football was booming, runners were embracing the international marathons, and it wasn't just sports personalities accepting Kashmir with open arms. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi too wanted Kashmir to become the home for all global sporting events. And of course, this didn't happen overnight. Kashmir has struggled for years to prove that it can host major sporting tournaments, and the valley did get the opportunities. It lived up to the hype surrounding it, delivered in terms of crowd turnout, facilities, and the weather lent itself to the nature of some of these contests. But with the attacks rocking the valley, there will always now be concerns. Sure, the Indian government wouldn't want to curb the rise of Kashmir in any way, as a sporting arena included, but will Kashmir be the same again? Because the bullets didn't just bring people to their feet, but also snuffed out ambitions and dreams that Kashmir has been trying to build after decades of hardship in India's sporting sphere. India and Pakistan's relations have always been tense. Even the good days have been about both parties walking on eggshells, which has extended to the sporting world too, particularly cricket, the most followed sport across the two nations. The primary reason why India refused to travel to Pakistan for the ICC Champions Trophy. The reason why every ICC event for the next few years here on will be hybrid as long as India or Pakistan are involved. While other sporting disciplines like lawn tennis, squash, even hockey have not reached this boiling point yet, the Pahalgam attacks are only bound to impact them too. There is, of course, one cross-border friendship that has been most heartwarming for us to watch and appreciate, and that's the one between Ashraf Nadeem and Neeraj Chopra. The two javelin throwers have been fierce competitors on the field, but great friends off it. So much so that the mothers consider the two as their sons, brothers from other mothers. But the rising tension between the two neighboring countries, courtesy the attack on innocent civilians, may just put a strain on this relationship too. India post the attack sat down and took immediate action, and here's what that's meant. Temporary suspension of Indus water treaty. The Attari border checkpost closed. Persona non grata handed to military diplomats. The strength of High Commission to be reduced to 30 now. And the most important, visas issued to Pakistanis cancelled. And within moments of these developments came the news that Ashraf Nadeem has declined Neeraj Chopra's invite to participate in a tournament that he was organizing in Bengaluru next month. In fact, it's a prestigious event that will showcase the best in the sport, the best from around the world. Anderson Peters of Grenada, he's going to be there, two-time world champion, Germany's Thomas Roller, gold medalist from the 2016 Games. From Kenya, the 2016 Games silver medalist and the 2015 world champion. As well present, Julius Yego. American Curtis Thompson, who's the current season leader, has also agreed to be at the event, the tournament. All of them will be present, all of course except Arshad Nadeem. The Paris Games gold medalist said he had prior training commitments, that he was keen to perform at the Asian Athletic Championship in Korea that is set to take place a few days after Neeraj Chopra's event in India.
I have declined the invitation as my schedule was finalized a year earlier. The classic event is from 20th of May, whereas I'm scheduled to leave for Korea on 22nd of May for the Asian Athletic Championship.
This indeed is a blow to the sport itself, because this friendship and rivalry has been one of the sporting highlights of last year. In fact, when Nadeem needed assistance and help to get sponsors and better equipment, it was Neeraj Chopra who had sent out an appeal, who had spoken out in support of his friend across the border without a second thought. And he was hopeful a few days ago when asked if Nadeem would accept the invite for this tournament. In fact, he was certain that his Pakistan counterpart would come over to provide sporting enthusiasts a spectacle like none other.
I have sent invitation to Arshad and he said he will get back to me after discussing with his coach. As of now, he is yet to confirm participation.
That won't happen. Yes, there was a tournament that Nadeem was going to participate in. The Asia Championships is key. But you have to ask, if this attack and India's stringent stance towards Pakistan had not occurred, what could have been? Because the truth is, unfortunate, tragic circumstances have most certainly played its part in scuttling what could have been an iconic moment, not just for javelin, but India and Pakistan's sporting ties too. Two heroes who came through their own share of struggles to script a special narrative for the sport and India-Pakistan sporting relations. Has this heinous act in the beautiful valley of Kashmir stripped off the one shred of what promised to be the best and biggest sporting bromance across the border? Time for Last Serve. We end on a heartwarming note, sports acting as a medium of instilling self-confidence and promoting a sense of safety. A refugee camp in Kenya's town, Kakuma, is organizing 2 classes a week to teach girls Taekwondo. Take a look. That wraps it up here on First Sports. I'll of course see you again tomorrow. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. Greeting you with aloha and namaste.
I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India, what we saw in Kashmir.
How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Bluntly, Iran, maybe Russia too.
Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation.
Not over 50%.
Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.